Welcome to the Parsha Perspective. Each week, we will delve deep in a weekly Torah portion to find a practical and insightful way to enhance your daily life. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Rabbi Shalom Yamini, and each week we will look into the weekly Torah portion to find practical and insightful ways to enhance your daily life. This week's Parsha Perspective is in honor of the Refuah Shlema of HaRav Amitai ben Shoshanna and Shaul ben Berta. May they have a complete and speedy recovery. This week's Parsha Perspective is in loving memory of Edward Ben Efraim, Shlomo Ben Edward, and Yirachmiel Daniel Ben Gedalia. May their souls be uplifted and may their memories be a blessing. This week's Torah portion is Parshas Tetzaveh, Leadership Defined. Our Parsha continues to speak about the service and building of the Mishkan. God tells Moshe that only the purest of olive oils can be used for the daily kindling of the Menorah. God then appoints Aaron as the high priest and his 4 sons as regular priests to serve in the Mishkan and in the Beis Mikdash in the future on behalf of the Jewish people. During their service, the Kohanim would wear 4 special priestly garments: mechnasayim, underpants; ketonis, a large robe; avnet, a belt; and metznefes, a hat. The Kohen Gadol, the high priest, would wear 4 extra special garments during his service. He would wear the me'il, a blue sleeveless robe with golden bells on the bottom; the ephod, a vest with gemstones on each shoulder with the name of the tribes engraved upon it; the choshen, a breastplate with 12 gems, each gem had engraved one of the name of the tribes; and the tzitz, a golden plate inscribed with the name of God, which was attached to his turban. However, a question comes to mind. The Parsha opens up with the words, V'ata Tetzaveh es b'nei Yisrael, and you, meaning Moshe Rabbeinu, shall command the Jewish people. V'yitzchu elecha shemen zayzach katzis la'ma'or la'alei sner tamid. And they shall bring to you special pure olive oil that was crushed for lighting, so a flame will always be lit. The wording God uses is most unusual. Typically, God commands Moshe to say to Bnei Yisrael, like the beginning of last week's Parsha, Vaydaber Hashem el Moshe lemer daber el Bnei Yisrael. And God spoke to Moshe saying, speak to the Jewish people. It appears from here that God is telling Moshe to command this specific mitzvah rather than relay his message to the Jewish nation. But why is God asking Moshe to order the Jewish people to donate oil rather than share its importance to God? The Chizkuni on this pasuk, Rav Chizkiah ben Mana, a famous French rabbi from the 13th century, answers this question by looking at the intention behind God's choice of words. He estimates that it took around 7 months to build the Mishkan out in its entirety. But at this point, Moshe Rabbeinu is in the planning and preparation stage as he was trying to understand God's vision for the Mishkan. And hence the commandment regarding the oil donations is being told to Moshe in the future tense. And you, Moshe, shall command when the Mishkan is operational to the Jewish people to donate olive oil. The Chizkuni continues that there are many similarities between the creation of the world and the building of the Mishkan. On the 3rd day, God created and put on the earth trees, greenery, and vegetation. And on the 4th day, he created and positioned the sun, moon, and stars. Similarly, God gave Moshe Rabbeinu the blueprints and designs of the Mishkan first and then told him how it was to be illuminated from the inside. For a physical home for God is the purpose and intent of creating this vast universe and ultimately the existence of the Jewish people. However, the Orach Chaim HaKadosh, Rav Chaim Ibn Attar, a Moroccan commentary and Kabbalist, gives a deeper and more profound explanation. He quotes the Zohar that explains that there's an element of Moshe Rabbeinu's soul in every single righteous person, in every single tzaddik. Since Moshe Rabbeinu is the greatest leader in Jewish history, he set the standard. From his righteousness and humility to the devotion to his people, he is the model of how tzaddikim, of how righteous people should carry themselves and act towards others. And therefore God spoke to Moshe in the future tense to address all forthcoming tzaddikim, all forthcoming righteous people. The Lubavitch Rebbe explains that there's an unusual and deep connection between the wording and the donation of the oil for the menorah. He explains that not only is it a leader's job to guide his people, but to inspire them to share their light with others, to awaken their soul and galvanize them to transform their surrounding with God in mind. And hence, every person can become a leader that has an element of Moshe Rabbeinu's divine and holy light glowing within themselves. The Rebbe continues that it is essential for the continuation of the Jewish people that we realize how powerful our influences are. No matter how big or small our Torah knowledge is, the brightness of our soul can stir and ignite the spark of our fellow Jew. In our daily life, it is imperative we understand that one of the most practical ways of changing ourselves is by encouraging others and being accountable to them. For example, in the 12-step program, people battling addiction go to meetings for support and provide others encouragement. Their contribution is irrespective of the struggles they are wrestling with, for the outcome is the same, a serious change in their life and a drastic difference in many others. As a part of the Jewish nation, our job is to utilize the light of our soul for the kindling of another flame and increasing our fire at the same time. Accordingly, we begin a chain reaction that ignites a blaze as holy, powerful, and intense as the glow of the Menorah in the Mishkan. There is a powerful quote by Rabbi Lord Jonathan Sacks of blessed memory. Dignity is not a privilege of birth. In the world defined and created by Torah, every single person is a potential leader. We can all earn the right to wear the crown. Have a great weekend, a good Shabbos, and a joyous Adar. Thank you for tuning in to the Parsha Perspective. Check out our website, theparshaperspective.com. Send thoughts and comments to theparshaperspective@gmail.com. Till next time, thanks for listening.